I'm going to be showing y'all on how to get macro for keyboard and mouse. Now this is going to be very important because some keyboards have a software which has a macro and some don't. So if you use HK or GK61 or SK61 or Razer or Hyper, then you're in luck. Like I said, even some unknown brand keyboards are like, they still have macros, like softwares and macros for it. So you still might be lucky. Just try to look up your keyboard and see if there's a software. But we're gonna be using my keyboard, which is a GK61. So I'm gonna type in HK Gaming. Now, if you have a GK or a SK keyboard, then this is gonna be more easier for you. But guys, if you don't, just try to copy as much as you can. So try to look for a macro. As you see, there's a macro right here. I'm gonna right click and make a new macro. Type the macro, and then for here, you're gonna just start recording. IO. Oh, whoops. IO. Okay, and make sure you hold down the I and the O, and then release I and then release O. So you're gonna change the MS to 10, right? I'll put 10 on each, and I'm not gonna do all of it, but after you do that, you just press save, right? And after you save, let's go back. And then go to key assignments, and then whatever key you like, you just tap on here, right? And then you just put your macro, like your macro will pop up after you save it, and you just click that and press OK, and then press save, and then your macro will be here or whatever key you put it on. So that's mostly for every keyboard macro. You just do the same steps, and yeah, that's how you get a macro for your keyboard. Now, not every keyboard is gonna have a software, like I said, for a macro. So just use Macro Gamer or a TG macro. It literally does the same exact thing, and it's pretty decent. But I would prefer a TG macro if you have a better PC. Now we're gonna do for mouse. So I use a Glorious mouse. So again, it's not gonna be the same for everyone, but just try to copy as much as you can. Now for people with Glorious Model O or Model O minus, you would go to macro editor right here, and then you would just create a macro, right? And then you do the same thing, start record, IO, release INO, and then you do 10 MS for each of them. Now, here's the important part. You can either do cycle until the key is released, which is you hold down the button and then you can release it, or you can do cycle until the key is pressed, or any key is pressed, which is you press the button, you can keep macroing without having to hold it, and then you press it again and then it'll stop. I prefer cycle until the key is pressed because sometimes I forget and it just messes me up. You press apply, well, you have to put one of these macros as your side buttons, or you can put it anywhere, but I prefer my side buttons. So you would just put your macro right here, click on these, press macro, and then press apply, and then boom, you have a macro now. And as you see, it's pretty fast. Look at this. It's smooth. It's very smooth, and then especially backwards macro. Like, look at this, man. This is very smooth. very smooth, man. So yeah, like I said, this is a very good macro. I recommend to use, like, if you don't have a software for your keyboard and mouse, or just use TG macro. But you got to keep in mind, you need a decent amount of FPS to have a good macro, and so it could be smooth enough and fast enough. Now, if you do have TG macro, if this didn't help with the TG macro, I would just look up a tutorial on it, and there's many tutorials about it, so it would be easy to find. But it's a very good macro too. I used to use it when I didn't have a really good keyboard and mouse at the time. So yeah, it helped me out a lot. And if you guys would prefer Macro Gamer, and then suit yourself, man. Macro Gamer is pretty decent too. So I mean, it's up to you, man. But TG is faster. But yeah, guys, I hope this helped y'all. If it did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, and leave a comment in the if you have any questions. So yeah, guys, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video.